game number 1 of a best of 3 here at the semi-finals of Go for SC2 Monday. I'm Madals, got a ZvZ coming up between two just bloody brilliant players, spawning down in the lower right hand position as the red Zerg, representing Team Acer, none other than Bly. And his opponent to the lower left, the blue Zerg, representing Team Liquid, Snute. Both of these two, just awesome people. They are just great. Personally, they are great players, and it's great to be able to cast them, so I'm really happy about this. ZvZ, as well, it's getting pretty exciting at the moment. I'm really insanely excited to see what's going to be happening with the balance changes if the Hydra buff comes through. Or I say it's a Hydra buff, it's the nerf to the Spore Crawlers to buff Hydralisks against Air Bio. I think that could be really cool, mainly because it should do a lot to stop like the kind of just like Swarm Host on Swarm Host play, where you can actually go for some Broodlords quite well. Mutalisk still won't be crazy, it encourages more there. But I should actually talk a little bit about this. This is a very early gas opening from Bly, like ridiculously early. I was just kind of phasing over that. He's going for some kind of speedling all-in off of one base. May not even be an all-in, it should be though. He's at like... No, it won't be speedling, it'll be baneling all-in. So, Ling Bin coming down from Bly. Meanwhile, Snoop, he's sitting there, he's gone hatch. He's gone pull into hatch. So considering this is a 4-player map, the reason Bly's going for this is he knows where his opponents spawn pretty easy. He knows he's in lower left. Gonna actually be a bit of a problem for Snoop. He needs to get some lings out, and even so, defending Zerglings and banelings with only Zerglings is really tough to do. Like, really tough. Snoot's gonna have to have some good control here. Gonna be a quick game though, regardless, or should be anyway. We'll wait to see whether or not Snoot is gonna be able to hold this. The Ling's coming through, getting ready to be a bit aggressive. Snoot, does he see it yet? I don't think he can have done. He's running some Lings down now. Oh no, they're gonna go straight past. First they're gonna know is these two Lings, and these won't come as like a shock to Snoot. Sees them coming through. Still doesn't know about these 4 banelings. These 4 banelings are terrifying. 2 banelings kill drones, remember. Spine Crawler instantly getting made. Snoot sees the banelings and he's just like, oh dear, problem time. In they come, they're going to try and get big detonations. 1 detonation goes through. Still waiting, still patiently preparing. Some more good hits, Snoot's in trouble. Not many drones dead yet, but there's going to be some soon. Trying to get these detonations as close as possible. Where's Snoot at the moment? Okay, Snoot, he's still actually up in drones, but that can very quickly change now. 10 Lings coming out. Second Queen is there, and Snoot, I know this seemed... Oh, okay, that one hurt. That was big baneling hit. Amazingly, though, Snoot is not out of this yet. Where is the Ling count? Okay, Snoot's up in Lings, and he's got his natural down. This sounds crazy, but Snoot is in a very good spot. Well, not very good, but Snoot is actually in a good spot. There's no choice but for Bly. He's got to now be very cautious, because he's going to be forced to make some more Lings to defend against this, or some banelings. And in terms of what else he can do, he's got speed coming down. This is crazy times. The biggest difference between these two is while Snoot lost... Okay, let's work this out precisely. Okay, Snoot lost 12 drones, so he's down by a lot at the moment, but because he's got 2 hatches, he can catch that up fairly quickly. Snoot. Oh, pause key broken. For anyone who didn't know, I can't remember if I said in game, if you're watching on VODs or something, Bly managed to spill coffee on his keyboard before this started. And so that's why we had a big delay, was while Bly had to fix his keyboard. And now he can't seem to start the game again. Still waiting to see what Snoot's going to do. He's got a decent number of Lings. Right, he's up at 10 Lings, up against 2. And actually, Bly doesn't have any lava. Nor does he not have a Queen out? No, he doesn't. Wow, okay. This is a problem right now. Waiting to see what he's going to do. He has to make some Lings. He just has to. Otherwise, he's going to take a lot of losses. What's he going to spend it on? He needs to make some Lings. If he doesn't make some Lings right now... Okay, there we go. 2 Lings coming through. 1 Queen is not enough to stop 10 Lings. Like, that just won't work. Nice cute little move there, stopping some of those Zerglings on the low ground in case there was a Baneling up here. Queen positioning nicely between the spawning pool and hatch, minimizing the surface area there. Snute going to be trying to rack up a bit of damage, going to try and get a couple of drones. So far, not managed to do anything with these Zerglings. Behind this, just droning. Leveled out the worker count. But remember, Snute is at 2 bases, and Bly is only on 1. The tech advantage on Bly's side, economic advantage, amazingly, despite losing 12 drones before the 5-minute mark, is on Snute's side. Nice little trade here. Good little bit of surround. Speed is going to be done very shortly though, for Bly. And once speed kicks in, Snute's going to have a bit more of a tough time trying to just stop this. Few Banelings morphing in defensively, and this should spell an end to further aggression. Depends if Stu wants to go for it. He doesn't know 100% how long those Banelings have been morphing for, but he's actually being a right nuisance with them. Takes 2 out. Third one detonates. That's really good for Snute. Going head to head with just a couple of Zerglings, not really many there. Got 1 drone kill. Not fantastic, but still, it's annoying. Wasted a bit of gas. Back at home, Snute has got his Spine Crawler coming down defensively. He's getting a second Queen into the mix. He's actually got 3. Where are these 2 going? Okay, were they killing an Overlord? They must have been. Yeah, they were. Okay, so an Overlord died. That's all good. But other than that, this is all still looking fairly in Snute's favour. But he's got to hold on against further aggression. Speedlings are pretty scary. This Spine and 2 additional Queens, or 3 additional Queens, are really important. Like, you need to make sure that you're walling off here, you've got a good defensive position. Because Snute should know that just by the timing of this natural, which he's seen, he's really good in terms of economic position. He's up in the worker count, but he cannot afford to get a Baneling hit. A couple of big Baneling hits, big Speedling play would cause him a tremendous amount of pain and suffering. So, Bly really is the one who's got to try and make something happen here. And going into a lair could be one way that he tries to make it work. My concern with this lair though is there's only 1 gas at the moment. Even if Bly adds in a 2nd, 3rd and 4th gas immediately, his drone count isn't really high enough to support that to rush into, say, Mutalisks or something. Snute still waiting. Little attempt for these Lings to come up the ramp, and of course the double Queen on hold position there stops it. Nice play there by Snute. Keeps himself safe. He's adding in a 2nd gas down in the natural. Evo Chamber should be coming through, and Snute now taking quite a commanding lead in terms of the drone count. 40 to 24. That's huge. Factoring that in, what we need to see from Bly is him to do something pretty risky actually. He's got to cut a big corner. Because this natural is just so much later than Snute's. His income is so much lower. Snute is in a very good spot if he decides to go ultra aggressive. He's got the Baneling Nest coming down. He's still only sitting on those 2 gases for the moment. What's going to come down from this Evo? Okay, +1 Carapace. A couple of Lings trying to get up here. Queens and Spines say no. The 3rd base on its way out. 2 Lings can't actually stop the 3rd, but they do confirm its existence. Ooh, this Overseer on a suicide mission. Could very well die. Probably will die. If it survives, that's a miracle. Nope. Not going to survive. No miracles today for Bly. Bly going for the Infestation Pit. Alright. This is pretty cool. What's he got planned here? Could go Swarm Hosts. He's supply blocked, which is a bit of a problem. Infestors would be a very interesting choice because there's not really too much to defend with. Making these Banelings to defend against the Speedlings that are coming, that's taking a good chunk of Bly's gas out. Pathfinder Glands briefly started, but no, there comes the Swarm Hosts. Snute moving in, runs straight into a wall of Banelings. That always hurts. Needs to try and get some good Baneling detonations. He could actually get 2. Oh, it's going to be 2 for 2 there. Nice detonations. Coming off worse there. Army supply in Snute's favour. He's going to be getting aggressive, moving forward. Runs in with these Speedlings. There's no wall off on that ramp, and that's a problem. The Banelings come waddling forward. Quite a few drones going to start taking some damage. A few Lings will die. Swarm Host has now been seen, but the drone count starting to fall. This is getting up some good damage now for Snute, nearly levelling that out. Bly should be able to defend it for the moment. Obviously, he's got that Swarm Host. The Locust will slowly but steadily work through all these Lings. But at what cost? So many drones getting killed here. Snute doing a fantastic job. He's also secured his 3rd base behind this, remember. And this is looking really good for the Team Liquid player at the moment. He's got a solid economy, his tech is really quite nice, and while the swarm hosts can be a pain in ZvZ, Bly just doesn't have the economy to be able to fund continual production. He's got 2 swarm hosts. That's 4 locusts per wave. Not really very scary. Little counterattack coming in from a handful of speedlings here. Managed to kill another worker. But that just means both players have lost 13 workers. But Snute, he's up a base. He's up by nearly 20 drones, 19. And that is just a big economic boost for the Blue Zerg players. Actually mining off of 4 gases at the moment, so we've got double the gas income too. Lots of roaches on their way. And this may be where Snute looks to try and end the game out. Adding in a couple of... adding Baneling speed. Now that's quite a cool choice. Of course, locusts are light. And what that means is Banelings do deal with them very nicely if they can get the connection. Another nice little move coming here, but Snute sees it. Pulls his drones back, takes out both of those Banelings, no damage done. A morphing Overseer getting chipped away at, but yeah, this is all looking good. We'll be able to back out. Remember, an Overseer, when it finishes morphing, does regenerate full health, so it can back away nice and carefully. Still, a couple more roaches just hitting the field. We've got a few more swarm hosts trying to make their way through, and this is really the best bet Bly can go for, because all while there's the swarm hosts down, he's got a way to produce a lot of free units and buy time, and that's what Bly needs to do. The longer this game goes on, the more opportunity Bly has to level things out, because as it stands at the moment, Snute, he's got his army's like 6 times greater than that of his opponents. He's got a better economy and an additional base. Baneling's now morphing, there's a lot of them. The roaches coming through as well. Locust not looking too scary. Spine Crawlers frantically getting assembled, but they're not going to be there in time. Bly, GG's out. Snute takes game number 1 of this best of 3. Starting with an awesome defense from a Zergling Baneling all-in, or very aggressive play, to make a victory screen for him. Nicely done.